really, when I was a younger person, had hoped by the time I was this age, we wouldn't still be seeing the first black this or first female that.
On August 27, 2012, the St. Cloud Police Department hired their first African-American police chief. This would seem like a huge deal for a city deemed white cloud, but Chief William Anderson doesn't see it that way.
I don't feel that vibe here. When I run into people in other areas, when they tag us with our old nickname, White Cloud, I'm quick to correct them.
In the last decade or so, there's been a steady increase of immigrants from sub-Saharan Africa. Ibrahim Abukar was one of them. Ibrahim, or Ibs as his friends call him, is one of 7,000 immigrants living in St. Cloud.
I was first born in Kenya, Nairobi. Then we came to the States in 1997. First came to Atlanta, Georgia. While we were in Atlanta, my dad moved here to find a job and stuff. And once he found a job, we all moved after him. What I do for St. Cloud Police is parking community service officer, which is parking enforcement, and I also do interpreting.
Ibs wants to take on a bigger role and bridge the gap between the Somali culture and the American culture. Ibs believes one Chinese proverb could solve it all.
Tell me, I'll forget. Teach me, and I may remember. But get me involved, and I'll never forget. And I think we should just, get the Somali community involved with with every event that is going on in St. Cloud.
Both Chief Anderson and Ibs believe getting involved and focusing on our youth will lead to an even more diverse and accepting St. Cloud.
Intervening in the lives of kids, not only ones that are at risk, but any of them, to ensure that they stay on the right path. It didn't used to be our job necessarily, but it certainly is now.
Get involved with the community you live in and do stuff with the kids, Somalian kids, African American kids, Mexican kids. That's when you see, healthy community.
St. Cloud has made a lot of progress in the past decade, and Chief Anderson doesn't see that stopping anytime soon.
And it makes me feel good to be part of a community that's growing and has so many positive things going on. And as we grow, we maintain some of those old values, like civility and peace.
For UTVS, this is Candice Anderson.
Local. This is happening in your neighborhood.
The Latino community has their own set of concerns and issues.
We're doing stories about a minority that is getting hurt in this community.
Speaking for people and representing people who aren't usually represented.
We want the viewers to feel like there's a voice for them in the community.
It doesn't get any more diverse than a Spanish-speaking newscast in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
It's been a very positive response, and it's something I'm really proud to be a part of.
Amy Olsen's smile wasn't always as bright and cheerful as it was on this day. Last year, she suffered a season-ending injury. These injuries are far too common in competitive sports. Athletic trainers are there to support their athletes both physically and emotionally.
Our athletic training involves going to classes more on the educational side. We also have a clinical side, which we deal with different sports teams. We have contact sports and non-contact sports.
We want to prevent any kinds of injuries that we have. So I have a lot of girls that will wear braces that had previous injuries. And it's the same with every sport. We get water ready, prevent injuries. We do a lot of first aid, especially with football, things of that sort.
I play hockey at St. Cloud State on the women's team. Last season, I think it was the 6th game of the year, I just went into the boards funny and tore my VMO, which is on my quad muscle on my knee. So I had surgery and was out all of last season.
It's definitely the mechanism of injury and how she went into the boards. The best way to prevent injuries would be just strengthening and just not putting themselves in that particular player moment. I know you're not going to know when that is, but I think just strengthening ultimately would be the best way to prevent.
We sit down with them, we tell them what's wrong, and then I feel like if they understand it, they're more likely to adhere to their rehab. because they understand what's wrong with them and what needs to be done.
I would do a lot of one-leg squats and just like strengthening. So my legs shrunk a lot, so it was just like I had to get it back just to functioning normal, walking again, and then eventually running.
Amy committed herself to getting healthy, but she will never forget the pain that benched her for the rest of the season.
Not being able to do stuff and like not being able to travel with my team and not being able to just like do daily functions was really frustrating for me. And there's a time when I was just kind of got like really down, and my PT said that's normal, that a lot of people, it's kind of like not depression, but just like frustration, I guess. So I experienced a lot of that, but like I said, my team was really awesome about it, so they helped me get through it.
SCSU athletic trainers offer the care and support student athletes need to recover and ultimately prevent injuries.
At St. Cloud State, we have 2 main athletic training rooms. One is here in Hallenbeck Hall, and then in the hockey center is another athletic training room. We have our ultrasound units, our electric stim units. We have ice baths and heat are all in there.
So far this season, it's a lot of flexibility just because it was like a muscle instead of like a tendon or a bone.
Especially the injured girls are icing every single day, if not before and after, at least after practice. And even the healthy girls will take ice baths once or twice a week just after hard days of practice to help them get through the next day.
Our trainer's been really awesome. We actually got to have her for 2 years, so she was here the whole time and I really got to know her. If we need anything, whether it's physical or emotional, she's really good with rehabilitating us and being there for us.
For Amy, lacing up her skates again makes all the hardships worthwhile.
It's been kind of a struggle a little bit just getting back and playing competitively. I didn't really realize, I guess, like how much you miss like the fast pace of the game, and sitting out a year does take a lot. But I've had a lot of supportive teammates and supportive coaches and understanding, and they've helped me to get back to where I need to be. And right now, I'm starting to finally feel like I'm playing like myself again.